Hey, how's it going? So welcome to our beginner workout. We'll give about 30 more seconds for anyone else to join, and then we'll get started. All right, so yeah, welcome to our beginner workout. So today we're going to do a stretch, strengthen, and then sweat type of workout. So it'll be 30 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. We'll cycle through our exercises in the group, and then we'll repeat that for 3 sets. So as always, go at your own pace. So again, this is your workout, so you pace yourself. If you want to go a little bit quicker, get a few more reps in, then that's great. If you want to slow it down, take a little more rest in there wherever you need, no problem. Do what's best for you. When we're going through the workout, we want to make sure our surroundings are safe. We have enough room for everything. Make sure when we're doing the workout, exercise, we're doing them with the proper technique. So we want to focus on that good form, so we're getting the most out of the exercise. And then as always, have fun when we're going through this. Okay, so get a great workout in and have fun. So yeah, let's pop down on the ground. We'll start with our warm up. So we're going to get in this triangle position with the front leg. It's my left leg. Right leg's pulled in behind me, hands on either side of my knee, nice and tall through the spine. I'm going to hinge forward from the hip, feeling that stretch through the glutes. So mobilizing the hips, mobilizing the glutes so we can move really well through this workout. We're going to be focusing a little bit more on our lower body today. So we'll hit everything, but maybe a little more emphasis on the lower body. So we want to make sure we're moving well through that lower body. We're going to come up. We're going to walk away from our feet, looking over my left shoulder. So I'm getting that big stretch through the front of my right hip. I can work into it a little bit more as I go, kind of rocking back and forth, feeling that stretch go a little bit deeper, but still just a gentle stretch, nothing too intense. Good, then we're going to come back to the middle. Then switch, so now it's my right knee that's forward, that little triangle with that front knee, nice and tall. I'm going to hinge forward, getting that stretch through the glutes. And that's great. We're going to come up. We're going to walk away from our feet, looking over our right shoulder now. Big stretch through there. And that's great. So we're going to come up. And we're going to tie in the upper body. So we're going to reach back with our right hand, getting a stretch through our chest. And then we're going to bring the elbow forward, bring the opposite knee up, and touch that elbow to the knee. We're getting a bit of activation through the core, stretching out the chest. Okay, now we hit the other side. So left hand reaches back, a little bit of rotation through the upper body as well. 3, 4, and 5. Good. Okay, so now we're going to do a lunge. So we're stepping forward, so my left leg's going forward, and then I'm going to rotate to my left as well. Okay, so I'm starting to load that front leg, getting a little bit of rotation through the upper body, and a little bit of separation between the lower body and the upper body. Rotate and drive up. Okay, we'll hit the other side now. So right leg, rotate, drive up. Drive up. And one more. And turn and drive back up. Good, so we're warmed up, we're fired up, ready to go. So our first grouping, we're going to have a hamstring stretch, sumo deadlift, and seal jack. So seal jacks are just going to be clapping in front of us. It's kind of like a jumping jack, but we're clapping in front. So yeah, we'll get started for that. So 3 seconds. And we're going to start with our hamstring stretch. So here we go. Little hinge forward, one leg's out straight. We're hinging forward, so feeling the stretch through my left hamstring here. Sitting my hips back, hinging my torso forward. Okay, we're going to switch now with my other side. So my right leg goes straight, sit my hips back, hinging my torso forward. Got most of my weight on my left leg, feeling that stretch all through the back of my right hamstring, right leg. Good, time. So we got 10 seconds. And then we're going to go into sumo deadlift. So it's going to be a nice wide stance. We're hinging and letting the torso fall forward, okay? So nice wide stance, hinge, let that torso fall forward. You'll feel a little stretch through the hamstrings. The knees are going to open up, so you get a little stretch through the groin as well. Keep the back flat. It's all coming as a hinge from the hips with this one. Stand tall, top, squeeze the glutes. And time. Okay, and then the seal jacks. So feet will be going out, and as they go out, we'll clap into the middle here. So out, out, and the hands open up. Good, go at your pace. If that's a bit hard on the knees or anything, we can always just step out, clap, step in, out. Step out, clap. Okay, we can kind of go back and forth like that, so it's up to you. Oop, now I gotta get my rhythm going again here. Okay, so we got a little breather here, and then we're gonna be back into our hamstring stretch. Okay, so the foot goes out, bend the knee, hip hinges back, leg stays nice and straight. Feeling that through the back of my left leg. Breathing through it to recover a little. Okay, we'll switch to the other side. And time. Okay, so we're getting ready for that sumo deadlift. So again, it's that nice wide stance. Going to be hinging from the hips. So hinge, torso will go forward, back up. Make sure that back staying flat as we go down. Okay? Sitting the hips back a little, feeling the hamstrings, but the feet stay nice and flat. And time. We're getting ready for those seal jacks again. Good. So in, out. Bend the legs a little as you land to absorb that shock, and then you can jump up a bit. Again, if that feels tough on the knees, like I said, you can just do a step out. And time. Haircut. Okay, we're getting set for our last one of our hamstring stretch. So leg goes out, hips sit back, toe can be pulled towards your shin. Okay, we'll hit the other side. And time. Okay. Getting ready for our sumo deadlifts again. That nice wide stance, toes are turned out, hinging from the hips. So really focus on hinging, feeling that flat back. If we can get good with the hinge, it can be very protective for our low back. So if you notice, we focus on the hinges, the squats, and the technique with those. That's because that form is incredibly important for keeping your low back safe. Good. Almost there. And time. Okay, get set up. Our last one will be those seal jacks, then we'll get a little breather before we start our next grouping. Okay. Good, about 10 seconds left, so keep that up. This one's a little bit easier on the shoulder because you don't have to go overhead. And time. Still gets the heart rate going. So you can grab a little drink, grab a little breather. Okay, so our next group, we'll have a TFL stretch. So kind of that stretch for that TFL side of the hip there. We'll do walkouts. So that's where we'll be walking out into a plank and then walking ourselves back up using our hands or shoulders. And then lateral bounds. So it'll be kind of like a jumping laterally, okay? So again, if that's a little hard on the knees, you can kind of step laterally. There's that option. Okay, so we'll get started. 3 seconds here. So for TFL stretch, you're going to take your right foot and then behind your left, and then you're going to push your right hip out to the right. Okay, you feel that stretch on the side. If you want a little bit of a bigger, deeper stretch, you can reach your right hand up and over to your left. Okay, to get the other side, we're going to take the left leg behind, keep the left leg straight, push the left hip out to the side, and again, if we want, we can reach the left hand over to the right. All right. So we're getting set for our walkout. So our feet will be about hip width apart. We're going to bend down, touch the ground, walk our hands out into a plank, and then back up. So it looks like this. Get the shoulders working into a plank, core is tight. Shoulders push us back up. We stand up. So there's one. And then we walk out again. Okay? So into the plank, core is tight. Walk ourselves back up. So you'll feel those shoulders doing a bit of work. Walk out. And then the core works. And then the shoulders work to push you back up. Also get a little hamstring stretch when we reach down for the ground there. Okay, good work. And then our last one's that lateral bound. So again, if you start to get tired with this one, slow it down. We want it always in control as we're going through this one. Okay, land controlled and then jumping controlled. We don't want to be falling or twisting anything here. So if we're getting tired, you just take a little rest, okay? Go at your own pace. And time. Okay, so TFL stretch coming up again here. So step the foot behind, push my hip out to the right. If I want, I can make it a little deeper by reaching. This feels pretty good though for me. Good, we're gonna hit the other side. So now the left foot goes behind, stays pretty straight. Push my hip out to the left. Kind of stretch that whole left side of my body, the lateral line. And time. So get set up. So we've got that room for the walkout again. So reaching down, walking it out into the plank. Walking myself back up. And time. Okay, we're resting, getting ready for our bounding again here. Lateral bound. Just that little hop. Pushing the outside of our leg. Landing nice and solid. Good, keep that up. Keep moving. Under control. And time. Take a little breather, and then we're getting ready for our last TFL stretch. Okay, so the left leg goes in behind. Push that left hip out to the side. Okay, we're gonna hit the other side. So right leg goes in, pushing that right hip out to the side. And time. Okay, so we're getting set up for our walkouts. Walking out, core's tight at the bottom, so we stop in that nice straight line. Don't let the hips drop too low. And then we're pushing back up with the hands and the shoulders. And then standing up. Okay. Oh, bounding then. Okay, our lateral bounce. Get set, here we go. Good, keep yourself moving. In control though. If you need to take that break, no problem. Again, if it needs to be a little step out to the side, that's no problem as well. You do a little bend, get the legs loaded, and then step to the other side. And time. Good work. So 2 rounds down. Grab a drink. Oh. A little rest before we start group 3. So group 3, we're going to do a little posterior neck stretch. We'll do both sides. We're going to do a forward lunge. So it'll be a lunge. We're stepping forward, and then we're driving back up. We can alternate that back and forth. And then we're going to do a little boxing combo. Jab, cross, hook. Okay? To get our heart rate going. So yeah, let's get started with that. 3 seconds here. Okay, so next stretch, you're going to put your hand just on the back of your head, and then just gently guide your nose kind of towards your armpit. So I got my left hand on the back of my head, just gently guiding my nose towards my left armpit, so that's halfway. Now I'm going to go to the right. So again, hands gentle on the back of the head, okay? It's not forcing it down, but it's just helping you with a light little stretch. Kind of should feel that back side of the neck. Okay, so now we're resting, and we're getting ready for our forward lunge. It'll be one side and then the other, so we're alternating. You step forward, make sure your front foot's nice and flat. So even weight throughout that front foot when you land. So most of the weight's on the front foot as well. And then you push through the whole foot to drive yourself back to that standing position. You want to make sure, though, that that front foot stays flat, that the weight doesn't go into your toe too much, because then that'll put a bit of pressure on your knee. You really want to land, down, drive yourself back up. Okay, so we're resting there, and then we'll get into our combo. Okay, here we go. So the hands are up. Jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, hook. So jab straight in front, crosses across the body, and then the hook comes in from the side. Jab, cross, hook. So try and kind of get your legs moving. I know you're not watching the most graceful view here, but I'm just trying to kind of have my whole body involved. I'm trying to get my legs moving a little bit. My core is engaged. So kind of get everything working with this one. And time. Good, so we got a little breather, and then we'll get back into that next stretch. Okay, so hand goes gently on the back of my head. Guiding it down into that armpit. Okay, we're going to hit the other side. Again, just that gentle guide. I'm kind of focusing on reaching my right hand down to the ground too. That helps anchor my right shoulder so it doesn't get pulled up. It stays down, helps me Get a little bit better stretch through that neck. And time. Okay, so we're getting ready for our lunge. So landing on that flat foot, driving up. Good. Focusing on that form. Pushing through that front leg. And when you land, control. Use the muscles to softly lower yourself down. Okay? If that feels a bit too demanding, no problem. We could just go something like this, right? We can do a few on this side, then we'll switch to the other, okay? If the forward lunge, the movement feels a little bit too much. Okay, that's good. Resting, and then we're getting ready for our combo again here. Whew. Okay, so on the feet, nice and stable. Jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, hook. Good. Keep yourself moving. Core stays engaged. Legs are working, upper body's working. Everything's working together here. Getting the heart rate up. Good, keep going, try and keep the pace going. And time. Good, so we got one round left of those three. Take a big breath, getting ready for the stretch. Nice little recovery here. So, reaching the hand down. That gentle guide. Okay, we'll hit the other side. All right. Rest. Okay, so we're getting set for the forward lunges here. Step, drive it up. Drive it up. Good, keep that up, keep that up. Landing soft. Nice flat foot when we land there. And really push through that front leg to drive yourself back up to the standing position. Okay, keep pushing. Driving up. And time. Okay, a little breather, and then we're getting ready for our last set of the kind of boxing combo here. Good set, jab, cross, hook, jab, cross, hook. Keep yourself moving, getting the heart rate going. Good, keep that up, push into the finish here. We've got about 10 seconds left. And time, good work. So third round down, we got one left. Grab a drink if we need. Okay, so last round, we're gonna do a hip flexor stretch. So we'll be down kneeling to stretch our hip flexor. We're gonna do a single leg push-up. So we'll be supporting ourselves on one leg, doing our push-up. So just gonna engage the core on whichever side that is a little bit more, make it a little more challenging. And then we'll finish with a split squat jump. So just in the split squat position, okay, down on that front leg, and then we just power ourselves up off the ground. Okay, so here we go. So we're gonna take a knee, core is tight, nice and tall. We're gonna go forward. We're getting a little stretch through that hip flexor. Just a gentle stretch. You don't want it to be too intense. Most of the weight on this front leg here. Little stretch through there. Okay, we're going to switch sides. So other knee goes down, goes out. Let the weight go onto this leg. That light stretch. And time. Okay, so we're getting ready for the single leg push-up. Put that here so I can see. We'll probably switch legs halfway through. Okay, so if you need to, you can do it modified, so you can do a push-up off the knee. So it's just on one leg. So I got one leg up. And I feel a little bit more through the core and hip on that left side. So now I'm going to switch. So my right side's down now. And time.
Rest.
Whew, definitely felt that through the core on the one side a little more, and even the muscles around the hip there firing up. Okay, we're getting ready for our split squat jumps. So in position, jump, land, and then you go down again to get the power, okay? We always want to land so we can control that momentum. Land, jump. Okay, now we're going to switch sides. So most of the weight's on that front leg, and then it's the one that powers you up off the ground. Down, driving up through that front leg, driving up, and time. The legs are starting to feel that. It's all building up. Okay, so we can take a knee. Getting ready for that hip flexor stretch. Okay, here we go. Going forward. Feeling that stretch through the front of the hip. Breathe through that. Okay, we're going to switch. We're going to hit the other side now. And time. Okay, getting ready for a push-up. Okay, we'll switch sides. Whew. All right. So then we're going to get ready for our split squat jumps. Okay, nice and controlled here. That's the key. If the jumps are feeling like too much, just do a split squat. But I'm trying to power myself, create that force in the leg, land controlled, driving up. Okay, we're switching. Switch sides. Driving through that front leg. Drive it up. Drive. Ooh, less power there. Getting a little tired. Keep pushing. And drive. Okay. Going into our last round here. So keep it up, keep it up. Take that knee. Nice and tall. Going forward. Feel that leg stretch through the front of the hip. Okay, we hit the other side. All right. Okay, so we're going to get set for our push-up next. Okay, on that single leg if we can. Core stays tight. Okay, we'll switch sides. Oh, ooh. Definitely felt that through the upper body and through the legs and into the core. Okay, so we're getting set for our last one of the split squat jumps. So down, driving up. Down, drive up. Again, these can always just be a regular split squat. And again, make sure they're controlled. So we may not be getting as high as we were originally. Okay, we're going to switch sides. But that's okay. We're making the legs work. We're getting the heart rate up. Cardiovascular system's working. But all at our own pace and our own capacity. And time. All right. Good work. We did it. So 4 rounds, or 4 different groups of exercises. Now we'll just cool it down. So I'm going to grab on the wall. I'm going to continue with a quad and hip flexor stretch because my quads are feeling it after those jumps. So nice and tall, heels pulled towards the bum, hips press forward a little, whatever's comfortable. And then make sure you keep breathing throughout it. Okay, we're going to hit the other side. Tall, hips press forward, core is tight. Okay, I'm going to do a chest stretch. So hands going to go on the wall or a door frame. You're going to turn away from it. So my left hand's on the wall. I'm turning to my right here a little. Big stretch to the front of my chest, bicep, front of my shoulder. Okay, that's good. We'll hit the other side. So right hand goes on the wall, turning away from that. Then everything through the front of the chest. Even look a bit, tie in my neck a little. Great, and then we're just going to finish. So we're reaching for the ceiling, and then we're going to hinge forward. Feeling that stretch all through the back side of the body. Walk the hands back up. Reach. And one more reach. Hinging forward. And walk it back up. That's it. So great work, everyone. That was our beginner workout for today. Have a great rest of your day, and hopefully we'll see you back again soon. Bye now.